I know. I know what you did. I know what you did last week.
Oh, look at these people. Either they're living in a fair or they're just very shy.
You dirty, sneaky weasel. Anyway, welcome Mons. This is your average moviegoer here, Monkey Con, and welcome to Con's Potatoes. Today's film I'm here to talk about is a recently rebooted version of the 90s horror flick, I Know What You Did Last Summer. That's right, another horror remake, reboot, or whatever you want to call it, and this time it's on I Know What You Did Last Summer. In this version, it stars a few actors like Madelyn, Cline, the hot chick from Outer Banks, and then there's Chase Sue Wonders, who plays Madelyn Cline's best friend in the movie, who pretty much was the lead character all in all throughout this remake. They just made Madelyn Cline the lead actress just because she's already in a hit Netflix series show that actually was not filmed in the Outer Banks, but was actually filmed in Myrtle Beach, in case anyone didn't know, because if Outer Banks was actually called Outer Banks for a TV show, you would think that they would actually film it in the Outer Banks, but really, it's just Myrtle Beach, so what's up with that, man? Anyway, this remake actually brings back a few actors from the original 97 version of I Know What You Did Last Summer, such as Freddie Prinze Jr., who plays Ray, and then the lead character from the 97 version of I Know What You Did Last Summer, Jennifer Love Hewitt, who plays the legacy character of Julie James. The story of the 2025 version of I Know What You Did Last Summer goes as this. This time, a new group of friends hangs out one evening on 4th of July after an engagement party. They decide to go drive up the cliff mountains and then watch the fireworks that way. And all of a sudden, some guy comes rolling around the road after the idiot boyfriend, fiance, or whatever, smokes weed and causes him to crash onto an edge, but unfortunately falls down right into the ocean. These 5 friends all make a pact that they will stick together, keep this a secret, and not tell anybody what they did. But a year later, their past will definitely come to haunt them, as one day, Madelyn Cline's character, Danica, gets this message. And now with this new, wielded hook character, this so-called villain on the loose, want to take revenge or killing these new group of friends, they must do whatever they can to find out who this killer is, destroy him or her. I mean, you never know who it might be. And then along the way, they may need the help of some of the legacy characters from Julie James along with Ray himself. What I like about the film is this. Madelyn Cline from Outer Banks is hot. Chase Sue Wonders, who plays the best friend, just getting started. And Jennifer Love Hewitt. She may not be 50 yet, however, she's still fine, good looking. And this film definitely delivers a nice, decent entertainment, almost as much as the first original film. I mean, luckily it wasn't the sequel, I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, which I heard is a load of shit, so stay away from that. With that being said, there are a couple of red flags I like to put on this so-called new remake or reboot or whatever you may call it. First of which, typical 90s horror remake, reboot version, or whatever you want to call it, trying to promote to a new audience or whatever, because people can't be original anymore, and it's terrible, you know? Also, this film had bad screenplay running, if I must say, because on a couple different ends, not to mention the horrible twist at the end that actually would ruin the legacy of the original film of I Know What You Did Last Summer. If you know what I mean. I'm not going to spoil anything, but for those who have seen the original film and are interested in this new so-called version, you may want to see the original version first before you get the whole idea of the so-called horrible twist in the end of the film, which basically kind of ruins the whole legacy of this film. Also, Freddie Prinze Jr. We get that he had his days of I Know What You Did Last Summer, She's All That, and Scooby-Doo, the 2002 version, written by James Gunn. But with that being said, he should have retired from acting years ago, because since the days of Scooby-Doo 2, he hasn't really done anything in a very long time. Besides season 8 of 24, of course. I mean, it could be worse. As if you're Andy Byron right now, who's been caught having an affair with his so-called chief in this so-called affair, and Coldplay. Of all the music acts, they had to exploit the affair and this so-called set-in-the-mood tone at their concert. I mean, it could be worse. As if two other lovebirds were caught in an affair. Well, at least the guy afterwards showed up a sign saying, "Hey, this is my wife. Props to you, my man. Well done." And now, let's go see what score I give this film out of 10. I know what you did last summer, 2025 version, based on how many potatoes I have in my kitchen. So there you have it. My official score for the film, I Know What You Did Last Summer, 2025 version, out of 10, based on how many potatoes I have in my kitchen. If you haven't already, please like, follow, subscribe Cons Potatoes on YouTube and Instagram. And just so you know, if you're ever in love and are very committed to this relationship, please, at all times, stay committed to this relationship. If you don't, at least be honest with your current lover and not just cheat on her or him or whoever, with anybody, whoever. Especially this reboot. Later, Mons.